Hey, what's up? There's a movie I want to talk about. It's called Blood Scarab from 2008. It's a movie about a 400-year-old lesbian vampire that preserves her youth by drinking the blood of younger lesbians, but she can't go outside during the day, so she goes on a quest to fix this issue, and doing so, she summons a mummy. I saw this movie for the first time a few years ago. It's always stuck with me because of the dream I had the night after I watched it. It wasn't a crazy dream, it was kind of mundane, which is what made it crazy. Basically, I was going throughout my day and I encountered a bunch of topless women, but we wouldn't address the fact that they're topless. Like I went to the grocery store and the cashier wasn't wearing a shirt and we just went throughout their interaction as normal, like, oh, that'll be $9.95. Like, okay, thanks, you have a good day too, and we just don't talk about the fact that she's not wearing a shirt. And every time I rewatch this movie, I'm kind of reminded of that dream because there's a lot of casual female nudity, and it more often than not isn't relevant to the plot. Like some of the characters just aren't wearing a shirt the entire time, which honestly kind of feels out of place because this movie kind of looks like it was 80% of this movie looks like it's a made for TV type of movie. Then the other 20% is lesbian scenes, but softcore lesbian. Like if you ever tried to find lesbian porn on Dailymotion back in the day, you know the extent of the lesbian action. So I really can't tell if this movie's made for middle-aged women that are scared of horror movies but want to watch something Halloween related, or it might be made for teenage boys that can't buy or access porn, so they just try to get this movie on DVD and jerk off to that. I'm not going to spend too much time on the synopsis of this movie, not because I want to avoid spoilers or because I'm lazy, but because if I was to talk about this plot, it would kind of overhype up the movie. The plot has some ideas going for it, but the execution kind of feels like it's more like a group of people talking about what would make a cool movie. So the main character of the movie is Countess Elizabeth Bathory, which was a Hungarian serial killer from the 1500s. Her thing was she would murder younger women and bathe in their blood in an attempt to preserve her youth, and so everyone kind of runs with the idea of she's like a vampire. She's probably the most prolific female serial killer of all time. She's killed over 300 women. They kind of run with the idea of what if she was still alive in 2008. So the movie starts out with the Countess moving in with her new husband, Dracula. Dracula's in this movie, but he dies pretty instantly by being exposed to daylight, which kind of scares her because she wants to go out during the day and bang emo chicks, I guess. And there's a butler that eats bugs, which is, if it's a reference to something, I didn't get it. It feels out of place, but it feels like it's a reference to something, but I don't know anything about that. So Dracula dies. She's like, all right, thanks for the castle, idiot, which is a pretty sweet castle, to be honest. I looked up the filming location, and it's apparently called LA Castle or something like that. It's a pretty cool spot. It's a popular filming location for music videos. I think Katy Perry filmed a music video in there. It's pretty cool. So and after Dracula dies, she starts banging this emo chick she met at a video store, and she somehow brainwashes her to be her slave or some shit like that. Apparently, at some point throughout the centuries, the Countess became less of a serial killer and more of a sensual, supportive role in the lesbian scene, I guess. But she wants to go outside during the day to satisfy her cravings. So she makes the butler figure out a way for her to break the spell to go outside during the day without dying. And he figures out that a mummy, if they resurrect the mummy, that the mummy can tell her the way to break the spell. And a mummy escaped from a museum or something and ended up in a pawn shop. So they go to the pawn shop to get this mummy, which is most if you need a mummy, you gotta check the local pawn shop first, obviously. And so the mummy says that, she has to find 3 female victims, drink their blood, and then kiss them on the lips to end the ritual. So she has the emo chick, her roommate, and the roommate's lesbian lover, I guess. And so wasn't much struggle finding the 3 women. She does that, then she gets powers, and then she's like, okay, cool, I can go out today, I'm unstoppable. And then the butler needs to stop her. You find out for yourself if the butler's capable of killing her. No spoilers here. But But yeah, that synopsis was straight off the dome. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. But I do recommend this movie. I hope that was enough of a sell to encourage people to go watch it. This movie is like really fun and lighthearted. It's a really charming atmosphere, kind of. Like the low budget made for TV vibe is really easy to watch. And I looked online to see like what people are saying about this movie, and I saw a lot of like casual viewers that kind of like unironically enjoy it, and I can kind of see why. Like this movie, like it's not scary. There's no emotional scenes or like complex moral dilemmas. It's just really easy and fun to watch, and it's a great Halloween movie for people that are like scared of horror. This movie's got everything. It's got vampires, mummies, lesbians, a $30 special effect budget at Party City. This movie's got it all. You can find this movie at Tubi TV, which is a free with ads streaming service, which, first of all, is a business model I can totally get behind. But also, the catalog is amazing. It's filled with terrible movies that no one would ever pay actual money to go see. Some real bottom of the barrel type shit. Like, I can't recommend that site enough if you like bad movies. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to keep this as short as possible, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Go watch this movie. Thanks for watching. See you.